you at mentally just in your own game?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing of that is just accepting that I haven't played well or up to my standards or as well as I would have liked. Being back in Boston, there's such a level of desire that I have inside of me to play well and wanting to be there for my teammates. So as a competitor, it's frustrating, but I don't want to let that seep in or spill over to any other decisions I have to make there as a player.
We know Kyrie, he likes to play in Boston, or should I say he likes to talk to the Boston Celtics fans at times. You could say that the Celtics fans might be getting to Kyrie, right, after those 2 games. In Boston, as you can see the stats here, yeah, Kyrie Irving, his free point percentage has plummeted since entering the finals and playing obviously at Boston. 0 of 8 from the free point line. Wow. And I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Seeing him miss shots like these that he would usually make, right? And obviously being guarded by lengthier guys like Tatum, obviously it could take a toll on you, right? It's oddly familiar how he struggled against this same Celtics team. Well, not really, right? He struggled against this team 2 years ago in the playoffs in the first round. I mean, just look at how even Grant Williams was giving them problems, right? So that length that the Boston Celtics, obviously had back then, just like they have now, it bothered Kyrie, and it's, looking to bother him again. But this video is not about what happened 2 years ago, or even what happened the year before that, for that matter.
Whenever the Boston Celtics lose a playoff game the last 4 years, don't we start by asking, what happened with Jason Tatum? So does that make it fair to ask of the Dallas Mavericks, well, okay, what about Kyrie Irving?
But if the Mavericks are to have any chance, Kyrie's going to have to play better than what he's playing. He's shooting 13 of 37 in the series. He was 6 of 19 in game 1, 7 of 18 in game 2.
Well, Kyrie Irving certainly hasn't been himself, and I'm wondering what the hell a smile is all about. You're down 0-2 in the finals, and it's primarily because of him. He's the biggest reason right now.
Not much to smile about when you're losing 12 straight against this same team, and this is dating back to the 2022 playoffs. Is Jason Tatum and these Celtics somehow the boogeyman of Kyrie's? And can he come back from this game 3 down 0-2? Well, I'll let the other media heads tell you this, right? I'm not going to answer that question today. The question I want to answer today is, the question of, Kyrie, he's better all time than Harden. You have people, right? This was, by the way, June 4th of 2024. This is like last week. People were saying stuff like this. People were clicking on polls, voting for Kyrie Irving being ranked higher all time than James Harden. And it's not just random Twitter users. You had some weird ass tweets like these from Isaiah Thomas, right? Zeke from the Pistons era, 80s champion. In this era of position, what did he just say here? Position nailies? All right, bro. Positionless basketball. Kyrie Irving and Steph Curry, classified as point guards, have been the best and the most influential at the position in this era, let it be known. What in the cluster flupper is this, bro? What? You had people revising the entire history of the NBA practically with, them saying they'd rather start or bench Kyrie over Russ or Dame or even both. And then you had stupid tweets like this. The Kyrie Dame Westbrook debate is tricky because Dame and Russ were better first options. You should have just stopped there. I'm not going to lie. But Kyrie's a better second option. What does that even mean? What does that even mean, brother? Oh my gosh, bro. This is just ridiculous. And now look at you. Playing miserably. You're letting the fans get to you. You're talking about see you in 5. And if you're struggling to figure out what that means, okay, Kyrie is allowing as many points in these 2 games in the finals as he is scoring on offense. I mean, just look at the difference when he's defending a player and when he's the one scoring, quote unquote.
But Kyrie is another level of offense and another level of knowledge and another level of one-on-one.
Yeah.
Kyrie walks around with the Kobe spirit. I don't know if you feel that.
Yes.
They were talking about he walked with the Kobe spirit, bro. Yo, let the man rest in peace, please. This motherfucker out here doing anything but score in the basketball court, right? Like, this is just hilarious to watch.
I'm just excited, as you started off, that we're talking about him. And there's been like a constant change in the thought process about him by the mass media. As a basketball player, we're not talking about his political or social stances and looking at him in a negative view.
Yeah, I agree, Kenny. We're not talking about that stuff anymore. We're talking about his basketball on the court, and he's ass. He's garbage. Instead of looking at the glaring flaws in his game, they try to compare this guy to Kobe. They try to say he's just as good, if not better, than some players in his contemporaries that he's not even supposed to be in convos with.
Listen, I will call Kyrie the wizard all the time. There was nothing on the basketball floor that Kyrie couldn't do. He's the most gifted player the NBA has ever seen. He has the best gifts I've ever seen of any NBA player.
This motherfucker really said he's the most gifted NBA players ever seen. Bro, stop this cap, bro. This is what I mean, bro. The Kyrie hype was just too much, right? It's too much. Bro, we should not have to big up a guy because he's finally, he's playing good after, years of obviously being a distraction and being, just a loser. This is just not the way to go. It's one thing to say that Kyrie has been playing amazing and he's just one of the best second options we've seen in quite some time or whatnot, which by the way, I don't agree with that. But it's another thing to say he's the most gifted player he's ever seen or oh my God, he walks with the spirit of Kobe Bryant. Bro, stop it. It's gotten annoying to listen to. And it's when we watch the actual games where he ends up not doing so well against length, he's not able to generate good looks for himself or other teammates. That's when you realize, okay, yeah, he's not all that. He's not as great as people hype him up to be. This is not to say that he's not very gifted. He is pretty gifted, but he's not the most gifted we ever seen. That's hyperbole. I get it. But it's just, one of those things. You have to really be careful with your words. It doesn't matter how many dribble hand moves this guy can do. Is that even a word? It doesn't matter how many times he could dribble the ball between his legs. This guy is still he still has flaws. He's still human. Let's not act like this dude is better than Kobe Bryant or just as good as he should be in the combos. That's what really pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a big Kobe fan, and I don't even think Kyrie big ups himself like the way y'all do, bro.
I actually said to a couple friends, and like the world to take this and like run with it and try to make it something of what it's not, when it's actually a compliment. Because anyway, I said Kyrie Irving is the scorer that everyone, the world, thinks of Kevin Durant.
Of course, you have to preamble that crazy statement because you knew people were going to take that and interpret it as you said it. Look, saying Kyrie Irving is a great scorer, he's one of the most talented that we've seen in this generation, that's fine, okay? You could say all those things. Now we're comparing him to Kevin Durant as a scorer. If you look at their resumes and what they're stacking up, bro, this is what I mean, bro. I know players have this infatuation with Kyrie because of the way he plays. He plays basketball in a way that is just inspiring to watch. It's beautiful. It's quite frankly beautiful to watch. But to say that he's, even comparable to Kevin Durant, like I've heard people say that, Kevin Durant is basically, 7-foot version of Kyrie or a 7-foot version of Steph. And then people say Kyrie Irving, if he was 7 foot, he'd be better than Kate. I hate those comparisons because it's not fair to any of the other players, either player that's being compared to. It's not fair. It's just not fair to either one.
And what I meant by that was like, there are some things at times that you can do to Kevin to make it a little tougher on him. Why? Because he's 7 feet and he handles the ball a lot. And if, there's times where because he's 7 feet, if you time it right, you can pressure up and like press up into Kevin and make things a little bit tougher. He have to turn his back or something and get him out of rhythm a little bit. But like he's 7 feet, so most guys that can guard him out there when he's handling the ball is not going to be 7 feet because 7-footers don't move like Kevin Durant. Kyrie Irving, you can't like do anything to make it hard on him. Like you can't make the game tough for Kyrie. Like,
should I play back the clips that I showed earlier in the video whilst I was talking? Kyrie Irving getting clamped up practically by Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown or even a Peyton Pritchard. Guys, should I do that again? And this is part of the reason I don't like seeing Draymond on TNT, for example, because this is the sort of stuff we have to hear from him. Just It's just dumb. If you can't stop Kyrie's game, quote unquote, then what the hell were the Celtics doing not just this year, but 2 years ago when he played them in the playoffs? And shout out Vinny for this video that he made, obviously on the turnaround of how people perceive Kyrie Irving, right? That's why I'm using his thumbnail just to illustrate. I get it. People want to big up him because it's been years that we've seen this guy really be a cancer to his team, right? And now he's looking like he's going to be redeemed, so to speak. He's redeeming himself in the eyes of many. And I think because a lot of people love seeing Kyrie play on the court so much, they look for any way to say anything great about him. And they look for any way to basically write a good script about him, so to speak. Like put in a good word for Kyrie because he's so damn good. He's so amazing to watch. And I know Kyrie fans, they're gonna say what they have to say in the comments. I'm not gonna fight y'all, bro. Y'all can say whatever you want. I'm just saying, pump the brakes on the hype. Pump the brakes on the praise. Let the man actually prove himself. Let the man actually play basketball before we put him into some heights that he's not even in the conversation for. He's not in the conversation for being in the Dame territory where he's a top 75 player, or even the Westbrook territory where, Westbrook has an MVP. I don't know if you guys get this, but I'm going to say it plainly and simply. Y'all are doing a disservice to this dude by putting him up in heights and ranks that he shouldn't be in, right? And I think even Kyrie will tell you this to your face. He'll say, "Yo, chill, bro. I'm just trying to play basketball." And that's what it's all about at the end of the day. Hopefully he bounces back in game 3, right? Hopefully things go well. And hopefully the Mavs win, goddammit. I'm not trying to see a sweep. In the finals, I'm trying to see a competitive game. And I'm also trying to see the Mavericks come back here, okay? I do not want Boston to win a championship. Please, Luka, Kyrie. I know I've been hating on you in this video. I'm begging you. Please save us. Please save us. Please save the Soul Society. Ichiko, please.